Yuki.
It's time to start. My time to start.
Yeah. Wait.
I know why you reached out to me.
Wrong movie, buddy. It's the other movie. Oh. Excuse me. My name is Gould, Glen Goold. Do you want a chocolate? I can eat a lot of these. My mum always said, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Your shirt, that's a comfortable shirt. I want a shirt like that.
Whatever, my mum bought it to me.
My mum also told me you can tell a lot about people, about the shirts they wear, where they go, where they've been. I've worn a lot of shirts. I bet if I can think about it, I remember my very first shirt.
Dear audience, that's a bit loud. Dear audience, welcome to the farewell event for Glen. Okay, it's only the gateway review, so don't worry. So, dear audience, welcome to the farewell event for Glen. Today we celebrate Glen's life. That includes both professional but also private side. As you may know, and as you can tell by the introduction, Glen's life has been heavily influenced by movies. You will see and hear more examples of this. We will also show you that some things that you may not know. We will show you today that Glen has also had quite a large influence on many famous movies. So just like Forrest Gump in the movie, we're going to walk through Glen's life together. We'll start where it began.
In Scotland.
So Glen, here comes my first question. How was it like in Scotland, where you grew up in the wild and rough and tough?
It was nice, it was good. I enjoyed it. Yeah, there's my buddy Sean.
That's your buddy.
Who did this?
It's getting more exciting. Here comes the next question. What was it like wearing a kilt? And more important, what did you wear under it?
Same as what every other Scotsman wears.
What is it?
I'm sure you've got a picture.
We have a picture. Depending on your answer, we'll show it.
Just show it, Stephen.
Finally, you managed to escape from the Violet and move to Essex to work for Ford. How did you manage to cope with the foreign language?
Slowly. These questions.
Blame me for a change.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it?
Is that it? Great.
Alright, everybody knows working in London is like working for the MI6. MI6. Awesome. Next question then. If you were a spy, what would be your code name and why?
Braveheart.
Not bad. But why?
Because you can take my lands, but you can't take my freedom.
Oh. Awesome.
By the way, Glen was not prepared for all these questions, so it was a real challenge for him. So your next assignment took you to Japan.
What was it? Was that your plan?
I got designs turned up.
Okay, what was it like working in Japan? What was your favorite dish? And what is the most remarkable experience?
Favorite dish, okonomiyaki.
What the hell is this?
It's like noodles and eggs on cooked on a hot plate. It's a traditional Hiroshima dish. What was the next question?
How was it like working in Japan?
Fantastic. One of my highlights of the career. Personally, professionally, just the culture, it was just altogether great.
And the most remarkable
Experience?
I think when we went to the Hiroshima gate, the Miyaki.
What?
Miyaki. There's a famous red gate.
Here comes what?
How many more questions do we have?
You will start us for this.
So, here comes the next question.
What was it working in?
With Japanese, who were all shorter than you.
I went to see Bon Jovi at the Osaka Dome, and I was the highest person there. So I had a clear view. It's true.
Good.
After your years in Japan, you finally managed to move to Germany. How did you manage to become such a good German citizen? Was it about eating currywurst all day long, crossing streets only on red lights,
Yeah.
All right, that's
Why not?
Yeah, I'll switch to another one. Okay,
How was it?
how did you become
Such a good German citizen. Was it about eating currywurst? Don't cross streets on red lights? Was it about shaking hands in the morning? Running around shouting Mahlzeit and Morgen all the time? What is the secret? How did you manage to do this?
Everything, all of those, indeed, everything.
There must be a secret. Okay. All right. Here comes the next question.
Do we take a break?
So, only after the 100th question take us forever. Okay, describe Merkenich with a famous movie. What would it be and why? I give you a little hint.
That's easy. That's easy. Top Gun.
And actually, we have some of the famous characters of Top Gun here in the room today. Here we go. There's Maverick. And we have JB here. Yeah, I smell fire. Hey, that's the wrong picture. Yeah, I smell fire. Yeah, please, come on stage.
Hey Mav, how are you doing? Okay, I'm supposed to sit here. Does it work? Can you hear me? Okay, so this is the part where we actually should have gotten lots of answers from Glen Goold about his life at Ford, his points of views about many, many things, and the stuff which we didn't know. So let me help on some items. Obviously, Glen's last day is today, then he will have a couple of weeks vacation, and then he starts a new life. And he started many, many, many years ago, and I don't know when I actually met him first time, but what I do remember is it was about 2005, 2006 when he was, I think you were the chief platform engineer, working with a guy, who knows, Inoue-san. Some elderlies here? Well, okay, 2, 3. So Inoue-san was the Mazda guy, and then Glen was the Ford guy, and the two delivered the B2E platform, which we still have in production. So from there, Glen didn't only enjoy this favorite dish, which name I've forgotten again, which he invited me to, but he also started a journey through many, many different things of B cars, B232, B299, and many other things based on the platform before he became the well-known C-Car vehicle line director. And what was common in all of these many things he did was Glen is probably the most friendly person I've ever met. So he inspires always the teams with his positive attitude, his mindset, his joy in joking. So I got a lot of gifts from Glen, not only the non-valuable gifts of friendly behaviors and stuff like that, but he also gave me 3 things, 3 utensils which I have on my desk. So everybody who comes to my table, not conference table in my room, should look for the 3 utensils from Glen. But those who were at my conference table, I would be surprised if you haven't seen them. So utensil number 1 is a goldfish. Goldfish are animals with a memory of about 6 seconds. They never can be unhappy because you need more than 6 seconds to remember why you're unhappy. But also the goldfish is a symbol for simplification. And that's what Glen is always doing. He's talking in a way that everybody can understand. A second utensil is a rat. Smell the rat. Smell the bad things coming. Because if you smell them, you can react. And again, that together with the goldfish is a super positive attitude. And I'm not sure, shall I talk about the third one?
No.
Yeah, thank you. I expected that answer. So the third one is a performance enhancement kit. So how to make a career in a big corporation like Ford, being known around the globe, being recognized for the many deliveries. You need a performance enhancement kit. So what is better than a lipstick? To make ass kissing much easier. So the third thing is the performance enhancement kit. It's called the ass kiss. It's a little lipstick. And this is what I show the people who try to please just for the sake of pleasing. Together with the rat and the goldfish, obviously, that's a super toolkit. Thank you, Glen, for that. So, and I needed the choreography because it wasn't prepared. The next one should be, is that right? Oh, this one. Okay, good, let me do it that way. So I talked about the friendliness of Glen and the always positive attitude, and I need to apologize. So this picture pulls down, compromises the presentation. This is the result of my Photoshop skills. A question. Big question. Okay. And this time we want a long answer. Okay. So yeah, you should start with maybe some noise. I talked about how friendly you are, how nice you are. So what is your dark side? How do you get rid of all of the anger, the bad emotions? How do you kill things?
That's an easy one to answer. I listen to 80s disco music.
Okay. So then let's surprise us what the next page is.
In fact, Aline and Marie have my playlist, so they know.
We should listen to it. Okay. All right. Okay, so this is the signal to the Eurovision, which is kicking off or starting next Saturday. And of course, you do check-ins with the stars when you do a Eurovision. In our case, we will do some checkouts because you're checking out, right? And of course, it is not the Eurovision, it's a Ford Vision which takes us around the globe. So if that technology works, and IT and artificial intelligence hasn't corrupted us. We will start with the US. Can I ask, is Manish online?
Yes, of course I'm online.
Ah.
Hi, everybody. He started in 2005. I actually had the privilege of meeting Glenn about 7 years earlier, in 1998, when he showed up in the US. We used to do pre-programs back then in the US. He showed up with his buddy Jeremy Main and a whole bunch of English folks. And he was the only decent person in that group. That's not really difficult to do. And then I figured out, why was he so different? And then he was proud to tell everybody, well, he's Scottish. I said, now that makes sense. But then I realized that he was very unlike a Scotsman. Because you know what Scotsmen are famous for, right? They drink. Glenn didn't drink. Didn't understand that. Then they play football. They love football. And Glenn didn't play football either. We had a group of Brazilians, English, and Glenn did not play football. I didn't understand that. But to make matters worse, there is no self-respecting Scotsman who doesn't like golf. And Glenn did not golf either. And you might wonder what Glenn this was. Here's what I'll show you what he looked like. This choir boy looks. Have you guys ever seen this look right here? This is the motley crew that he was part of. Look at him. Classic 90s fashion right there. Younger than what you guys showed earlier, but that's the Glen Goold. After that, obviously we got to like Glenn. He was very patient with us. We were a bunch of young engineers from all over the world, from Brazil, from the US. And he's been patient with us ever since. He's always been ready to give a helping hand to help us grow into the full world. And for that, we thank you, Glenn. We love you and we wish you all the best as you detox out of.
Thank you, Manish.
Great, thank you, Manish. As we are in the Americas, we should travel down south now and ask Rafael from Brazil, what do you have to say about Glenn?
Gia, good morning. Morning, Lord. Morning, Glenn. Hi, team. Can you guys hear me okay? Alpha Marzo here from South America, from Brazil, from Bahia. And I met Glenn back in 2011 when I joined the Global B299 MCA team. For us, for the South America team, it was not only an MCA. We had a full vehicle to be localized in Brazil, and we had a pretty diverse team in program management with people from Scotland, from Ireland, from England, so the whole UK. And I remember when Glenn gave me one of his first gifts, as Jörg said, and he said, this is one that we really need to deliver this program. And actually he just showed me, and then he gave, when I left Cologne, let me just share my screen here and you guys are gonna see. So he said, you need a lightsaber, otherwise you're not gonna be able to deliver this program. So it was very funny, a lot of new tool and items in Brazil. And Glenn decided that we should visit the key suppliers all around Brazil. We ended up in a layover in Rio that I can share here in this. You are one of the most friendly people I have ever met. And your great sense of humor is one of the key enablers to really face all the challenges that we have. We have learned a lot with you here in Brazil. I personally, You helped me a lot in my first IC in Europe, and I learned that all the good things and the bad things as well, and how to deliver the program. So the only thing that I can say is thank you very much. It was an honor and a privilege to live with you and to work with you. So thank you very much. I wish you all the happiness that you deserve now in the next phase, next challenge that you're gonna face. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rolf.
Obrigado. Sempre conectado, always conectado.
Conectado.
All right, thanks, Rafael. Now we travel back to Europe, and the next destination is Spain. We should have Juan Carlos on the line.
Hello everybody. Yes, from Valencia, Valencia is also Diony, that is also connected. So yes, here from Valencia. Yeah, Glen, yes, thanks a lot for the last years leading our Cuba. I think your leadership been really an inspiration for all of us. Yeah, you moved the needle with the quality of the vehicle now hitting an outstanding level at this moment in time. So we wish you, of course, all the best. A great challenge for you. You know that we are going to meet you. Yes, do all the best. Yes. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Thank you to Spain and Juan Carlos. Of course, we cannot.
Yes, now, right, the only also online.
Hi, Glen.
Diony.
I always thought you will stay to deliver your craziness. But you decided to create a list and jump on the boat. Okay, don't worry, man. We try to make our best. You know, in Spain we like to have things under control. I always used to say that we have, even the weather is under statistical control. Yeah. We are quite predictable, so we try to make this list to happen. Thank you very much for everything, and we wish you all the best and enjoy the new project you are about to start. Thank you.
Thank you, Diony.
Actually, a very good introduction. We cannot leave the world tour without getting into the real rainy countries, right? So we have invited an Irishman from the most rainy country in Europe, Seamus, to talk about the UK experiences with Glen.
Sure. Hi everybody. Good to see Glen squirming a lot today, so thanks for that, Rolf. Yeah, so I've known Glen now 22 years. So we first met in 2001 when Glen was a Fiesta CP and I was on a placement in marketing. My job was to take a Fiesta ST, Performance Blue, white stripes, down to the Top Gear studio to come up against a Citroen C2 BTS. So Glen called me, I would say every 5 minutes to find out if we won the race with the state, driving both of them. He was never the most patient Glen, but the good news is we did win, and Glen was very happy. So, but since then, worked with Glen, many great projects such as B299, where myself, Glen, Don Palmer, James Sanderson at the time, we founded the team in Merkenich, basically, the B-car team, and then went from there, launched 479, and also more recently global C2 programs, including Focus and Kuga with Diony and the team. So really difficult challenges, but you know, Glen has been a theme here, always had a can-do attitude, really strong belief in one team, having teamwork, and an unbelievable work ethic. He worked harder than anyone I know before, so it was a real inspiration. But one of the highlights of my time with Glen was being there for his marriage to Tim in Thailand. We managed to get a €400 return Eurowings flight from Cologne. We had a stag party, a wedding, and a flight back in 48 hours. So it seems that weekend it would have made a great sequel to the Hangover movie. Yeah. But I can't repeat any of that here, unfortunately. But crazy, fun weekend. It was great to be there to see Glen and Tim's happy day. But one thing I'll miss about Glen at Ford is hearing his phrases, which he had many. Most of them, I had a list of 100, but there were only 3 I could actually say in this public audience. So one of my favorite, and I'll translate them as well. But the first one was, well, I know that's Sherlock. The translation is, I've already acquired that knowledge, but thanks very much for letting me know. And then the second one was, we have more pilots than Lufthansa. That translation there, I feel like we're already adopting too many new processes on this program. Another one could be too much. And then the one I heard a lot was, Ewok, put your spear away. The translation there was, Seamus, you're getting a little too excited for my liking. Please calm down. I heard that one a lot. But yeah, finally, Glen, it was a real pleasure to work with you. I'm wishing you and Pim lots and lots of happiness on your new adventures. Please keep a room free for me. And finally, as you love to say to me, thanks for popping in.
Thanks, Stu.
Thanks, Seamus, and then the remaining 97 phrases we get in written form, okay? So we travel eastwards now, where you will travel soon, right? And we have Mario from China.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yep, cool. I'm honoured to be here to talk on behalf of China, but not just China. I'm kind of covering Asia Pacific for Glen. So this is because we've done a lot of work with the Australian team and Taiwan and a few other teams around, and Vietnam as well. So it's covering all Asia Pacific, but specifically on China, Glen. I just want to say thank you because, you know, as we were doing all the programs, especially starting on C2, we used to send quite a few ISCs into Germany to work closely with the team and Glen's team. And he has trained and guided a lot of our young folk and our future leaders. So a lot of the people that have been through getting Glen's guidance are now key leaders and CPs here within China. So I just want to say thank you, Glen, for giving them the guidance and training. So I think they, you know, after their experience with you, they've come back to as better people and more worldly known. The thing I'll miss most about you, Glen, is a certain time every day when Germany wakes up, I would get an IM message. And I can't repeat probably what you say, but the first three things, you always get 3 letters. And you know what probably Glen would say, his first 3 letters I get. There'll always be some complaint open the day and it'll be fun. So you used to write my day and I always looked, you know, around the same time every day, around 1 PM when Germany wakes up, I get the same message and then some complaint that we need to help Glen out. So I'm going to miss that because my day will get boring now with those messages. So I want to say thank you, and you know, the team here, we appreciate all the work you've done. And like I said, we'll miss you greatly. So, you know, congratulations and hope all the best in the future.
Thanks, Mario.
Thanks, Mario. Okay, so
Hi, Darren.
I think that comes later.
Hello.
Thanks for joining, Darren.
Well, I've got a little story for you. You were asking about where the dark side was. Where did Glen get rid of some of that energy? Well, I know one of the stories, and we used to sit in his office in Merkenich, and when he was on big corporate calls, people would be saying things, and Glen would lean forward, and he would hit the mute button and say something like, in different words, "That's absolute rubbish, what are you talking about?" And he would do it really fast. And I'm thinking one day he's going to hit that mute and it's not going to be the right thing, and he's going to scream down the phone, "You're full of crap." But he never did. He always timed it just right, and I was, you know, it was a highlight of our meetings for us. But Glen, just want to say you have a remarkable ability to bring teams together. From the first time I met you way back in Dunton, you had that same skill, that same warmth. Everybody loved working for you and in your teams, and nobody got ignored. It was massively inclusive to everybody. And you did that every single day. A highlight for me was when they did the big event where they showed Ford a Go Further, and you were on the stage and you presented your vehicle, and we did one for the employees. There were thousands of people there, and you couldn't stop the crowd from cheering every time you came on. That was a highlight for me. It shows what affection they had for you. So thanks for everything, Glenn. Thanks for everything you taught me as well. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you.
Thank you, Darren.
Okay, so next to do is I'd like to introduce a special guest. And that is Glenn's daughter, Hannah. She is not working from home, but WFB, working from Belgium.
That's good.
So, can I introduce you on stage? Hello, welcome. So, before I hand over the microphone, I need to do a little bit of an unplanned thing. I met actually Hannah this morning first time, and I'm already impressed, okay? Not only that she has a Bachelor of Engineering, a Bachelor degree of Physics, but also MSc on Autonomous Systems, working with artificial intelligence, and obviously you inspired your daddy quite a bit, right? So let's welcome, and the most important thing you have to do now is ask the real challenging question to your daddy.
Be careful, daughter.
Hello, yeah, thank you. It's been really nice to meet all of you this morning. So I have two questions for you. The first one is, can you tell us some stories that no one will know about your time working for Ford?
Nobody will know. Your question is better.
It depends on
Good
the
answer.
Okay, here's one. Okay, one person knows, but I know he's not here today. In 2007, we did some B232 research in Moscow. In fact, Nigel was there. I met Nigel Brackenbury for the first time there. So we did one day and went out for dinner. We decided to walk close to the Kremlin to have a look. And on Red Square, there's actually an ice rink. It was in the winter, a bit like Neumarkt. So we managed to rent some skates using our hotel room card as collateral. They wanted our passports. We said no, but so we ice skated around Red Square. So that's pretty unique. Yeah, that's one thing you want to do.
If that's in the budget, yeah.
I think Rafael Marzo mentioned it. We went to Sao Paulo, and then on the way back to Germany, like any self-respecting chief program engineer would do, we did a pit stop in Rio de Janeiro. We went to Copacabana Beach, and then the next day before we flew, the last night, we did a helicopter ride around the Christ the Redeemer statue.
Fun. And the next question is...
Oi!
Any more? Yeah, the next question is, what are you going to be doing next? What's on the cards for you?
What I'm going to do next? Well, my current mission, you know what it is, but okay. Retiring, selling my house, moving to another country, in another continent, all at once, all at the same time. And the hardest thing in all of this, Anka knows, is trying to leave Pronova. Anka and I are going to write a book on how to leave Pronova. Honestly.
All right, thanks, Hannah. All right, before we'll give you a few presents you can take away, and before you hopefully have some final words for us to take away, I'd like to thank you, the little team who prepared this show for Glenn. Thanks, Stephen, thanks, Thomas, thanks, Christina and Anke, and all the others. To to prepare for this. I think it was really funny and some great information. We'll take a little, we have taken a little movie, which you can take away then. And yeah, now we have also a few presents for you. That's part of Jörg. I think you have something? Oh yes, he has indeed.
So Glenn, you didn't want much, but something special. You've been special to us all the time, and I love you, you know that.
I love you too, Jörg.
There are some more packs. The designer, they must... Sorry? There are lots of good stories in there.
Yeah.
Probably hundreds, and many of them came in late after we completed and printed it. But it's worth reading through. It's for the long winter eves in Thailand, which we have to make up. I guess there are not that many.
Awesome. Thank you.
And this one, we got some help from our designers, and many thanks for that. I know the space is limited in your sea container, and therefore we prepared something which you should remember on your good times in Cologne. Assessment center. 5 minutes. Yeah. That's kind of a piece of art is the dome and one of your jobs in it. 479. Thank you. All right, there's more to come. The designers, look what they have packed up for you.
So, let's go by order. So, Glenn. So wait a minute.
So I'm very, so you know in design we like to spend the money and blow up the stuff. It's tradition, we love that, I'm pretty happy that Hakim and Andreas are there. So, you know, we like to do it big and blow up, so
this one is, sorry.
Sorry on this one is, that's really my format. And, you know, in design we only do 3D stuff as well, so, and heavy stuff, so. And I used to call, I don't know if all remember, but a couple of years ago there was an article from Autocar, and they used to call him the daddy of the Fiesta. So the last 7 years getting my attention all the time. So Glenn is for you the daddy of the Fiesta.
Thank you.
Keep it on my knees. Almost over, but good. We can't wait for your final words for the secrets. Sorry? Did I miss something? All right. Over to you, Glenn. And many thanks from my side.
Okay. Yeah, today's pretty tough for me, as everybody knows. But the good news is, I've given a copy of my speech to my daughter, and if I don't make it through, she can read it. And she's got the tissues, right? fact, I'm going to change it around. So, okay, I've got a few thank yous to do. First, very, very quickly. So, if you ever need any help, 1-800 Chief of Staff. She's always helpful, so Marie's going to help me with some stuff. Okay. First of all, I think the person who has helped me a great deal in the past few months, in fact the past 1 to 2 years, is Anka Wilms. So Anka. But I'm only half the DOA team, and I couldn't do it without my teammate, who is Sabine Sendelbach. Where's Sabine? I've known for about 16 years, who also helps me when Anka's not here or Sabine's not here, and that is Aline Klein. When I first started thinking of an event to say goodbye, it sort of evolved, and then Rolf and my fabulous production team took over. So I'd like to thank, first of all, Stephen Hoon. He was the inaugural member. Stephen. Thomas Phil. Christina. And Nazim, he's got more kit than BBC TV's outside broadcast unit. Okay. And this is from my boss, Jörg. Okay, one more. This is for my colleague, my best friend, and helper for today, Rolf. And the last bag is for Marie, helper of the day. Okay, where do I start? So 37 years, it's really flown by with so many memories, with so many pictures, so many global colleagues. It's really very overwhelming, really. And even this morning, I pulled up to our Beer and Food Site, gate 54, and the security guard said, come into the hut. So I thought, oh, he searched me or something, but he also gave me some very nice gifts this morning. So I also think Rookie and Andrea are here, and the Y-Race team put on a fabulous Scottish menu last Friday, which is great. And again, canteen staff are fabulous. Even through COVID, they kept us fed and watered and coffee machines, so great. Thank you to the Y-Race team. Last thing, just to say, it's been so overwhelming the last week. So many messages, so many emails, so many calls. 2 people called me this morning saying they can't come, had a chat. Seamus actually put something on LinkedIn and it's gone a bit viral. I even got some messages from How Tai Tag and Stuart Rowley the weekend. And yeah, then of course we had my co-stars, Rolf and Jorg, in my other video. That's got 700 views already for something that was a secret. So I can just say thank you for everybody. It's been a great time. So many friends and colleagues, and I do plan on keeping in touch with as many people as I can. But yeah, thank you all. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
It's not yet over, there's still one more story to tell. Alf, are you around?
Yep. Yeah, Rolf is right. It's never over until the fat lady sings.
About 50 euros.
Yeah, I'm not trying to top all of these the great speeches and especially yours. What I'm here for today is to generate a lifelong memory. And I'll explain how we do that. I'm staying in the movie theme, and one of the greatest movies of all times is Monty Python's Life of Brian? Don't know. It's super funny. It is enormously successful and not politically correct at all. So it's like the life of Glen. And the good thing about it is it ends with an even more famous song, talking about always looking on the bright side of life. And how is that not the motto Glen has been teaching us over 30 plus years? So, Glen and I had been singing this song in the past. My wife has recorded it, and I have it with me. Here's what we do. You'll find 2 things. Glen singing is actually really, really decent. So, whenever Glen sings the verse, we listen in admiration, calmly. My singing, on the other hand, is really, really bad, expectedly, and almost embarrassing. So when I sing the chorus, you guys have to sing along with me. That's a good thing. There was my wife singing as well. She knows what she's doing. So together we can do this. Here's how we do this. Whenever Stephen is starting the tape, like I said, when Glen sings the verse, we don't do nothing. And the chorus comes, we all sing, always look at the bright side of life. The second one is light side of life. And then there's one portion where it sings, always look at the bright side of death. Evie will bring the text
We need the light.
That's a tough one.
Because I want the cameras to catch the audience as well as part of the live film memory that we want to create here. And there's also one thing where you have to sing a little higher. You'll know it. We'll get through this together. So, light, first light, let there be light. That's a good AC/DC song as well.
Yeah.
Light song from the skill. All right. Ready? Louder.
Things in life are bad, can really make you mad. Other things just make you swear and curse.
We were drunk when we did this.
When you chew, let's gristle. Don't grumble, give a whistle. And this will help things turn out for the best. And always look on the bright side. Always look on the light side of life. If life seems jolly rotten, there's something you've forgotten, and that's to laugh and smile and dance and sing. When you're feeling in the dumps, don't be silly, shucks. Just purse your lips to whistle, that's the thing. Always look on the bright side of life. Come on. Always look on the right side of life. For life is quite absurd, death's the final word. We must always face a curtain with a bow. Forget about your sin, give the audience a grin. Enjoy it, it's your last chance anyhow. So always look on the bright side of death. And just before you draw your terminal breath. Life's a piece of shit, ooh, when you look at it. Life's a laugh, death's a joke, it's true. You see, it's all a show, keep them laughing as you go. Just remember
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. Then I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
First you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling strong. It was small, turned to a friendship turned to a bond, and that bond will never be broken, the love will never get lost. And when brotherhood comes first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach, so remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
Let the light guide your way. Yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you
Good job. Thanks again, everybody. I think we're done. Thanks, everybody.
Cheers.